Question 737. Should there be a competency test, or should there be competency tests for public office? Who should define them, and who should execute them?
Serious question. Well, speaking from an American perspective, if my Australian spouse had to go through the level of testing that she had to go through to obtain her citizenship, then the fact that politicians don't have to go through that same level of testing to prove competency is disrespectful, I think. So actually, yes, I think politicians should have to prove a level of competency about history in the United Kingdom and America and anywhere for that matter. If they're going to be in politics, quote unquote, professionally, which I don't believe that politics should be a profession. You should serve 2 to 4 years and get the hell out and let somebody else go. But I mean, that's coming from America. We still have the Electoral College, which is, archaic and
corrupt and useless.
Yes. So yeah, I would definitely say that yes, politicians should have to prove a level of competency, and not just because in America everything's based on popularity, right? Not on are they actually competent, right?
I think that's true in most places.
Well, but for example, we had I can't even remember his name, but the gentleman that was wanting to do the $1,000 a month for everybody, universal basic income, and Andrew Yang, there you go. And a lot of people were supporting him, but whenever I said, well, what are his policies? What are his stances on climate change? What are his stances on energy? What are his stances on LGBT rights? What are his stances on law enforcement? And, he would have these things, but they were all just copied from other politicians. They basically might as well have just been copy-pasted. And so it's well, he's just regurgitating everybody else's belief system and not really putting out anything of any real substance, which is why it didn't last long, in my opinion. That's my extremely long-winded take here. This is I'm in the political field here. I'm actually a fellowship with the Ohio Democratic Party in the USA, so a political question usually gets me sparked, as you can hear.
Yeah, I think you've given a very good answer.
Yeah,
I think we'll all just agree with that and move on to the next question.
Well, I've got to see what Nerdy says. Nerdy says, yes, every 3 years, but they should be allowed to live. No executions necessary.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind that if the US executed Trump. I think that would probably appease
We're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say that. There are FBI agents living in our phones.
I think if
I'm in Australia, I'm okay.
I think if the current U.S. administration had to do competency tests, we would have no U.S. administration right now.
No, I think we do. It would just be full of left progressive women.
Probably. Yeah, you're right.
So.
I think women would definitely take over for sure.
The problem is I think this is the reason I put the second part of the question, to be honest. I think it would just be bribed around it. I don't think you could find someone that people would agree could execute the test in the same way as fucking Donald Trump's medical exam.
Well, yeah, and yeah. I mean, the issue there is
not have an age limit.
Yeah, well,
they
you would
have to retire like everyone else does.
Well, you would also have 45. To have some sort of.
Yeah, that works.
You would also have to have some sort of apolitical watchdog organization.
But we've tried
would
that.
Oversee such a things, right? And that's not. I mean, that would require the creation of an entirely new organization. That would require.
But I don't see how you could do that now.
You can't. Is the thing that I'm getting to?
Just from the perspective of things like Snopes.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with saying you have to retire at 50, but if you're already in Parliament when you turn 50, you don't have to give up your seat until the end of the term.
Well, yeah, there's things here in the U.S. that don't have term limits as well, so people can be career politicians.
Need to have term limits. I can't believe that your High Court judges have a freaking life or until they retire.
Yes, for life.
But I understand the one thing is though I do understand the logic of why that is. I think the issue you've got is the logic is you need to take them out of politics, right? The problem you've got is that you then make them political appointments.
Very much so.
So it doesn't work. But you can have lifetime for judges, but they then need to not be political appointments.
I don't think you can. I think you could have lifetime up to a retirement age, because otherwise these old fuckers who are useless.
I mean, because we still have Ruth Bader Ginsburg in, right? But once she's gone,
Yep.
the whole left by her will have a conservative majority, and we're talking about justices that'll be majority conservative for the next 40 years, if not longer. And I don't, I hate to bring it up.
I'm fairly certain that she is only being kept alive right now by the collective will of the left in the States.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the real left. And of course the issue is, like, once we have a conservative Supreme Court majority, I don't foresee myself being able to live in the United States as a trans person and a native. And
I'm not sure you can live in. I'm not sure it's even safe now for you there, given the changes that just went through.
It's not.
It depends where you are.
I'm
No,
in
it
Ohio.
doesn't anymore.
Oh
No,
God, you're in Ohio.
No. How you are actually treated, what is mandated at a state level and how you are treated. What is mandated at a federal level and how you are treated at a state level does make a massive difference.
But the federal law changes that just went through have made it have removed shit tons of rights for trans people and for women.
Yeah.
Yes.
So fuck off. What was wrong with your country? Well, I know what's wrong
Everything.
with your country.
Everything. Racism, bigotry, hatred, intolerance, homophobia. And the thing is I have always been a firm believer in that the United States needs to have a dominant, progressive, left-leaning, political control over this country in order to...
I have a question
Go.
first. Given that we're outside the States, do you mean actually left, or do you mean what is portrayed as the left in the States?
Actually left. I'm an anarcho-socialist.
Fair enough.
Can I just say one quick thing?
Well,
I am officially the dumbest person in the room again because I've been lost for the last 5 minutes. But if I
It is
can
what it
make
is.
a quick point, like, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't have a political stance. I'm not a conservative or anything. Basically, I don't vote for one reason because I feel like my vote won't matter when it comes long term. So I just stay out of my own way.
Oh, I'm not going to engage. Unfortunately, I don't think I can maintain a level of decorum and professionalism in engaging that statement, unfortunately.
Well, like, the reason why I say it won't matter is because I don't know shit about people running, and I don't really
Educate
have the
yourself.
time to. I really don't have the time to.
and educate yourself about what you don't like.
I mean, that's
what-
an excuse, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually what I'm doing now because I'm studying a lot of stuff to, one, be able to fight for custody of my brother and sister, and two, to be a better parent than my piece of shit father was.
Well, the reason I say that's an excuse is because if you say you don't have the time to educate yourself on politics, yet you're sitting here in this live stream, your priorities are a little bit off.
No, my priorities are more on family than they are on politics.
Yeah.
Right, but politics... Okay, so let me tell you why politics matters. Because as was just stated, in the United States of America, it is now legal to discriminate against trans people in this country. Legal.
Right, but I
At
knew
the
that was
federal
going to
level.
happen, to be honest.
Speaking
Right.
to the adoption thing specifically, or something else, Sierra?
I'm talking about adoption, foster care, pretty much anything that has to do with kids being put in a...
I'm telling you,
in a
in the state of
program?
Ohio, for example, which is following federal guidelines, if you're an emergency medical technician and you show up and I'm having a heart attack and you decide to let me die because I'm trans, my family can do nothing to you legally.
Yeah, I know.
So politics
affect-
matters. To say politics doesn't matter and to say that we're all apolitical.
Well,
I
politics
think
matters
is
to
a-
everything.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not saying
yeah.
politics don't matter. They just don't. They're not on my priority list.
They probably should be.
Right.
That's-
Anyway, we
Anyway,
should move on. Apart from Tony's thingy, he says he wants to start a movement. Republicans for Bernie.
Republicans
support
for
that.
Bernie?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess. Why not? I mean, considering, he got on Joe Rogan, and, Joe's problematic at best.
Neddy's asking if the bill was passed. Yes, it was.
Yes, it
Yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yesterday. Mhm.
Yesterday. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.